on! Before you guys dislike the video and call me a Sonic Colors hater so you might blast my ass onto Twitter, please hear me out. This is not a hate video, and I'm not here to bash on people who are excited for Sonic Colors Ultimate, assuming if the game doesn't suck. Regardless, this video is mainly for discussion and opinion purposes only, so I'm willing to give the game a chance to see if it improves over the original or not. So if you guys are excited for the game, that's great! More power to you! So please don't take this video too seriously as I explain my thoughts, and please be respectful of my opinions. Thank you. Now you guys can watch the whole video without disliking the son of a bitch! Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jose, I am the Paladin, and I don't like Sonic Colors. Wait! Hear me out real quick and let me explain. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with my videos, you know what I'm talking about, and if not,
what the hell is wrong with you? Subscribe my channel!
Anyways, back in November 4th, 2019, I made a video on my top 5 reasons why Sonic Colors sucks, and it did very well. Yep, they're around here, folks. Now, if you guys caught up with some Sonic news lately, which I must say, it's about time we got some Sonic news. Thank you, Jesus! The official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter announced that on May 27th, there will be some news that many Sonic fans have waited for so long, and everyone was screaming with joy, filled with hype and excitement like the internet version of Black Friday. So on May 27th, the Sonic Central aired, and honestly, I was watching the event with a group of friends on my Discord. Yes, I have a Discord, shut up. And I was hyped, but I was also worried for what was about to be shown. And one of the announcements that got revealed was, of course, the reveal of Sonic Colors Remastered, now known as Sonic Colors Ultimate. And yeah, I will admit this, the graphics for the game look nice, not by much, and in addition to the trailer, there will also be some customization, but I'm still not excited for it. As for the other things that were revealed in the Sonic Central, in case you want to hear my thoughts, well, for starters, they announced the Sonic Music Performance Orchestra with longtime Sonic music composers Crush 40 and Tomoyo Otani, which I actually reacted live back in my live stream. My thoughts? Oh, my baby! Oh my god, yes! I loved it. Next up on the list was Sonic going to be playable in the Tokyo 2020 video game. Though looking at the model makes you wonder where they got the idea from. Next up was a video game called 2 Point Hospital, which you actually play as doctors dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog characters, like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy tell the patients with whatever illness that they actually have. Because yeah, I would love to bring my kids to a doctor wearing a Sonic costume. I'm sure they won't be traumatized. After that, there was a new video game called Lost Judgment, which is a sequel to Judgment, a spin-off of Sega's other famous IP, Yakuza. I need to talk about that series because man, it's good. Also, that's what the M rating was for. Anyways, in Lost Judgment, you need to try to solve crimes and murders along the way, but they also revealed that Sonic the Fighters, a video game released back in the 90s, would be featured and playable in the game as an arcade machine. But Titus Blue Hedgie got some Yakuza love, and there were a lot more things that were announced in the event, like the cool cartoon that features Sonic in Rise of the Wisps, which is going to be a 2-part cartoon. Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces, and Team Sonic Racing will be appearing as playable games in PlayStation Now, which is honestly stupid. The brand new CGI cartoon known as Sonic Prime that will be appearing on Netflix in 2022, Sonic Origins, which is a collection of Sonic 1, 2, CD, 3, and Knuckles, will be playable for the first time in widescreen, bitches! There will be more playable characters to add in both Sonic Dash and Sonic Forces Speed Battle to the game, as well as they also showed some cool Sonic merchandise, like some brand new Sonic toys and even some Sonic jewelry, and I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty cool, especially that Shadow one. Next up was a mention of a new Sonic Encyclopedia book, which looks alright. Too bad it's written by a certain someone who in my opinion is not a good Sonic writer. And to finally kick things off, the last reveal of Sonic running in the grass was his beautiful CGI for an upcoming Sonic game. Finally! The Sonic game we've been waiting for! And it's coming in 2022. Lovely. Now again, the Sonic Central event was alright, and I'm happy with the news that we finally got. However, that brings me back to my main point of this video. Sonic Colors Ultimate. Now, I've already said that this game looks good, but it may not play differently aside from having to use the standard controllers instead of stupidly shaking your remotes all over like you're on acid. Now, I've already expressed my thoughts on my Sonic Colors video, which you can watch in a link in the description below. But if you want my quick thoughts, basically I don't like how the blocky level design was structured for how simple and boring it was. The gameplay felt limited, and Sega and Sonic Team should have expended more time to work on it to reach the Wii's hardware limitations. Not to mention the game's difficulty was lacking and felt way too goddamn easy. The multiplayer, well, it was shit, and the writing and the characters in Sonic Colors were handled very poorly. Now, I know I'm judging the remaster way too early since it's confirmed to be released this year in September, but I still want to share my thoughts on the remaster and one of the things were revealed so far that kind of makes me feel worried that it may not be as good, just like my anxiety. So in all seriousness, I want to discuss my thoughts in the form of a short countdown video, just like how I did with my Sonic Colors video. Think of this as a sequel to that video in question. So without further ado, let's begin the video, shall we? Number 5. It's a remaster, not a remake. So there are people on social media who say that remasters and remakes are the same. Short answer, they're not! Okay, to break the ice here, no. Remasters and remakes are not the same. Now I know you guys are going to say,
How the hell they're not the same thing you're
alright, look. Remasters are only used to increase the quality and graphics while making small tweaks and changes to the original, but nothing too major. While remakes, on the other hand, make major changes to the original game. Not only just in graphics, but also adding new content that wasn't in the original game, but still keep the controls and flow that the fans love from the original intact. Here are some examples. The Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, and SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated are all remasters. All the developers did was increase the graphics and add small bits of content that the original games never had, for better or for worse. Now for the remakes. The ones that I can remember in my head is the Resident Evil remake, Yakuza Kiwami 2, and the Final Fantasy VII remake. These three games go from 3D polygons to full-on 3D models, enhanced detailed graphics, well for its time, and added some new elements that weren't in the original game. For example, Resident Evil remake not only enhanced the graphics and the models, but also added some brand new monsters that weren't in the original game, like the Crimson Heads, Fountain Plants, and even Lisa Trevor, who still shits my pants. Regardless, the game was absolutely great and it gained positive reviews for both fans and critics. Next up is Yakuza Kiwami 2, which is a remake to Yakuza 2. What the hell does Kiwami mean anyway? Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Oh, that makes sense. Anyways, Yakuza Kiwami 2 was an impressive game with good graphics, but it also made changes since this was a remake after all that was made on the Dragon engine. In this remake, they made changes to the QuickTime events, added dynamic intros, increased the graphics of course, and lastly, unlike Yakuza 2, this remake features story plots to resolve the confusion from the original game and adds a new story where we actually play as Goro Majima and
goddamn, this man is delicious.
And don't even get me started on the masterpiece that is of course the Final Fantasy VII remake. Beautiful graphics, amazing CGI, titties, voice acting, cinematic cutscenes, titties, side missions, action-based gameplay over turn-based gameplay. Did I mention titties yet? Okay, you get my point. So anyways, remasters and remakes are different, and since Sonic Colors is a remaster and not a remake, it's not going to make those major changes that will affect the game. Well, some of them anyway. Speaking of not making major changes, this leads me to my next issue. Number 4. The Unchanging Story, Writing, and Dialogue. Okay, now this is one of the reasons that I'm worried about the remaster. See, as I stated before, since it's a remaster, there isn't going to be any major changes since the elements are going to remain the same, and that goes the same for this next part. See, as I stated before in my Sonic Colors video, I absolutely disliked the writing and how the characters were portrayed. This is because the story was more lighthearted and comedy-based, which isn't bad, however the execution and how it was written was the problem. See, this story was written by Ken Pontac and Warren Graff, and these are the same guys who wrote Mad World and Happy Tree Friends. So with Sega hiring these two individuals, that means they'll be able to be good at writing Sonic Colors very well. Who am I kidding? You know how I feel about the writing. See, the issue is that Ken Pontac and Warren Graff try to make the story more comedic, but the jokes are so flat, have poor timing, and oh yeah, they're not funny. Not to mention, they even had the nerve to explain the jokes, which doesn't make it even better.
If you have to explain a joke, there is no joke!
As for what they wrote for the characters, Sonic and the rest act kind of bland and unlikable unplayable to the point that it feels like a died Shadow the Hedgehog, and all the character that Sonic had in the previous games was washed away, what made him and his friends fun, cocky, witty, and at times relatable. It's really disappointing having to listen to this crappy dialogue spit out of the characters' mouths without any small impact or thought-provoking that was put into this writing for how it was said and shown to the player. To quote Christopher Usherwood, bad writing is just bad, not just because the language is humdrum, but the quality of the observation is so poor. And that's why I see in Sonic Colors' story that these two put into the plate. Did I also forget to mention that Pontac and Graf never played or know about the Sonic games before? Yeah, nice choice there, Sega. Look, Ken Pontac and Warren Graf are very nice people, and I can tell by the interviews they were featured in, mostly Ken Pontac.
Nuke the whales.
Oh, I'll nuke them. Those whales. I just want to eat them.
Okay, that was funny. Regardless, I don't think the writing is going to change in some capacity, and it's very sad in my opinion. If you guys like the story and writing, that's fine. More power to you. I wasn't interested or had some enjoyment with it in my opinion. All I can say is that I am 100%
Disappointed!
Number 3, Blind Squirrel Games. Huh? Okay, so 75% of you don't know who they are. Blind Squirrel Games are a video game development company who help AAA companies to help develop their video games. As you guys can tell, they are the ones developing Sonic Colors Ultimate. They are known for making BioShock the Collection as well as co-developed other games like the Mass Effect Legendary Edition and Borderlands Game of the Year because yeah, Borderlands has some girls that don't act like bitches.
Is this a poor attempt at flirtation, or have you gone blind?
Excuse me, bitch!
Alright, so let me make this clear. I don't have a problem with Blind Squirrel Games since they have done some very good work in their games and remasters. Seriously, people who work on games like Troll the video game deserve a goddamn raise and a slap on the ass. But that's not my issue. The real issue is how Sega is going to manage the developers for this remaster. Cause honestly, and it is just me, but I don't trust how Sega manages some of their third-party developers. Trust me, I'll get back to them later. It also doesn't help that recent footage we received from the trailers looks weird in some angles. Like, what the f is up with Sonic's model?
This absolute hell retarded.
Okay, look, I do believe Blind Squirrel Games are capable of making AAA remaster games, but when it comes to Sega's management and the fact that this is Blind Squirrel Games' first time remastering a platform game rather than some popular shooting game for what they're known for, it just gets me a bit concerned. Number 2, the pandemic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys saw this from a mile away.
Nope.
So if you guys already have guessed, in 2020, the world began to change and become more protected, which was the result of the infamous COVID-19. And since this horrible virus has played the role for shoving its infection inside people's asses, it has really affected the world, which resulted in many schools, stores, and businesses in serious financial and mental trouble. Because of this, many things like movies, video games, and many more were unable to sell their products to the public because they were stuck in their homes. And companies like Sega and Blind Squirrel Games are no exception. Why am I mentioning COVID? Because according to one of the articles in Sonic Stadium, the people involved in Blind Squirrel Games working on this remaster will be developing the game in their homes. Now that's a smart move, I will admit.
Genius, genius!
However, I still think that will be a bit difficult to manage things because of COVID, and Sega managing the project will have some type of mixed opinions among the fan base. But hey, that's just me, and I'm some low-life diarrhea sat that Sonic fans love to push away. Number 1, Sega's horrible business practices. This is something that I want to talk about for a long time, especially after what Sega did to these developers. Here's the thing you guys need to know. Sega hired some third-party developers in the past in hopes to give fans a Sonic game each year while they work on the next major title. Now I can understand that and I find that a bit commendable. However, if you guys dig deep, you might find some very interesting but a bit scummy stuff that paints Sega being the absolute that they are for what they've done to these innocent babies and giving them the crappy treatment. Let's start off with a company known as Traveler's Tales. See, Traveler's Tales have worked on Sonic 3D Blast and Sonic R, and the reviews for these games were... So what caused Sonic R and Sonic 3D Blast to have these bad reviews? Well, here's the thing. Traveler's Tales had very bad deadlines that Sega refused to extend, which led to both of these games being rushed, and as a result, Traveler's Tales were blamed instead of Sega, who put them in a very tight schedule. Nice job, idiots. Next up on the list is Big Red Button. Now these guys had some very interesting ideas for Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, which was originally going to be called Sonic Synergy, and it was supposed to be released on the PS4, Xbox One, and even Steam at some point. But during that time, Sega collaborated with Nintendo to put their Sonic games on the Nintendo consoles, the 3DS and the Wii U, which are inferior to the current consoles. Not only that, but like Traveler's Tales, Big Red Button also had a tight schedule and not enough time for the game to be up to quality, and just like Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, it was the worst Sonic game in terms of quality and very low sales, and as a result, the members of Big Red Button took the bullet for Sega. But it's not just the third-party developers that have this problem with Sega. Sega also do these bad practices to their own company.
What?
Let me explain. I know that this is old news, but it deserves to be mentioned. You guys remember Sonic 06? Yeah, I've seen that coming. Anyways, Sonic 06 was developed by Sonic Team and was originally going to be an Xbox 360 exclusive. But Sega, being the genius turd sacks that they are, decided to actually put this game on a PS3 and even a Nintendo Wii. However, the Wii wasn't capable of having the same components as both the 360 and PlayStation 3. So as a result, they decided to cancel putting this game on the Wii and focus on the yeah, right, like that ever happened? No. Instead, they decided to split Sonic Team in half, and one side was working on Sonic 06, and the other side was working on the Sonic Wii title, which later becomes Sonic and the Secret Rings.
What the fuck?
Why the f is this company stupid? So yeah, this caused a lot of pressure on Sonic Team, and to make things even worse, like with Big Red Button and Traveler's Tales, Sega gave them a tight schedule and refused to give them more development time. Thus, Sonic 06 got negative reviews and has been widely regarded as one of the worst Sonic games of all time. Now I know why Yuji Naka left your asses to begin with. Oh, but we're not done here yet! Hell no, bitch! Next up on the list, I want to mention Sonic Mania, mostly the PC version. See, Sonic Mania was released on PS4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch, but the PC version was pushed weeks later on. Why? Because it was revealed that Sega put a software known as Denuvo, which is a DRM, to stop piracy. However, the downside of this was that when the game finally came out on PC and Steam, no one was able to play the game due to being cracked unless you were online. And also this caused some performance issues with the games that had this stupid DRM. Because of this, people were pissed, and rightfully so. It got so bad that even some people falsely accused and blamed Christian Whitehead and the Mania team for doing this, but it was confirmed that the DRM was Sega's fault and not theirs. Now thankfully, after the next day, Sonic Mania was fixed and people can finally play it offline. But after the controversy with the PC port of the game had, that is something that you f***ed up big time. Now there's a lot more crap that Sega has done outside of Sonic, but I think I made my point clear enough. Look, while Sega has made some good games that I can give credit for, I can't agree with all of it after seeing what they have done in terms of their business practices and how it affected them as a company. I honestly don't trust them if they're going that far to lie and make the developers work their butts off only for the developers to be blamed instead of Sega. It makes me feel skeptical about Sonic Colors Ultimate if they are going to let Blind Squirrel Games make the remaster, especially if they're going to give them very tight deadlines and unfair practices like how they did with the other developers I just mentioned. So far, nothing bad has happened with Blind Squirrel Games' partnership with Sega, so that's one small positive. But if the game comes out poorly and Sega has something to do with it, I'm not willing to give Sega the benefit of the doubt if they continue to do this. But hey, that's just my opinion, and my opinion sucks. Okay, I'm pretty sure I let out my frustrations for why I'm not hyped for this remaster at all. Boy, that like to dislike ratio will sure be fun to see. Now listen, regardless of how you feel about Sonic Colors, whether you like it, hate it, or whatever, I'm not going to be a dick and say you're not allowed to play it. You guys have the free will to enjoy what you love, and if Sonic Colors Ultimate makes you happy to play it, then by all means, go ahead, have a blast. As for me, while I'm not hyped for it, I am willing to give the remaster a shot and see if it improves over the original and see if it changes my opinion or not. I can't say that for sure, but hey, only time will tell. That's all for me, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys like this video, please give it a like and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching my video, take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen.